ആളുകൾക്ക് എന്തു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടെങ്കിലും അവർ ആരുടെ അടുത്തേക്കാണ് ഓടിയെത്തുന്നത് എന്ന് അറിയാമോ? പ്രധാനമന്ത്രി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന നരേന്ദ്രമോദിയുടെ അടുത്തേക്കല്ല, മറിച്ച് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ പ്രതിപക്ഷ നേതാവ് രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധിയുടെ അടുത്തേക്കാണ്. അതിന് ഒരേ ഒരു കാരണമേ ഉള്ളൂ. മോദിയെ കൊണ്ട് യാതൊരു ഗുണവുമില്ല എന്ന് ജനങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാം അറിയാം. എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രയോജനം ഉണ്ടാകണമെങ്കിൽ രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധിയെ കണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ധരിപ്പിക്കണം എന്ന് അവർ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിൻ്റെ മറ്റൊരു തെളിവാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോ. തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പ് അട്ടിമറിച്ച് BJP ഡൽഹിയിൽ ഭരണത്തിൽ എത്തിയതോടുകൂടി ഡൽഹിയുടെ നാശവും ആരംഭിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും പൊല്യൂട്ടഡ് ആയ സിറ്റിയായി മാറിയിരിക്കുന്നു ഡൽഹി. അക്ഷരാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഒരു ഗ്യാസ് ചേംബറാണ് ഡൽഹി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിൽ അതിശയോക്തിയില്ല. അന്തരീക്ഷ മലിനീകരണം കാരണം ജനങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതം വലിയ തോതിൽ അപകടത്തിലാവുകയാണ് ഡൽഹിയിൽ. ദിനം പ്രതി വളരെയേറെ ആളുകളാണ് വിഷവായു ശ്വസിച്ച് വലിയ ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളുമായി ആശുപത്രികളിൽ എത്തുന്നത്. മോദിയോട്, ഡൽഹി ഭരിക്കുന്ന മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയോട് ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയ ഡൽഹിയിലെ ഒരു കൂട്ടം വീട്ടമ്മമാർ ഇതിന് ഒരു പരിഹാരം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രതിപക്ഷ നേതാവ് രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധിയെ വന്ന് കണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് സംസാരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ പ്രശ്നം പാർലമെന്റിൽ അവതരിപ്പിച്ച് ഒരു പരിഹാരം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി മോദി ഗവൺമെന്റിനെ പ്രഷർ ചെലുത്താം എന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം ഇവർക്ക് വാക്ക് നൽകി. അദ്ദേഹം ഈ വീട്ടമ്മമാരുമായി സംസാരിക്കുന്ന വീഡിയോ പൂർണ്ണമായി കാണാൻ മറക്കല്ലേ. അതുപോലെ ചാനൽ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന, ഇതുവരെയും സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാത്തവർ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കരുതേ.
Not good. If you're not good, then you're in trouble. If you're not good, then everyone's in trouble.
Yeah, the mothers, you can't. How are you, Mr. Gandhi? Like we see, the whole year's gone by, and things are just worse, and nothing will change. The problem is complete denial, and of course, something that that even when the parliament sessions begins, we are sometimes protesting, doing some children's press conference or desperate moves to be heard that air pollution should be spoken there. So we are very thankful and grateful that as leader of opposition you have taken this up before the parliament session. I think this is going to go down in history. So far it's never happened. So this is the situation we are in. Children of course are more vulnerable, as we know, because they breathe faster, their lungs are developing, and this is how the faster breathing makes them more vulnerable to all this toxicity. And there are almost close to 500 children under 5 who die every day in India because of air pollution. Yet this has never been an emergency. Even if the emergency word is being named, it's mostly named by citizens and organizations and think tanks, isn't it? Not by the governments. The failure has been, one, of course, denial. Two is also only showing optics, which is, say, the previous government had a smog tower. Now you want to do smog guns, sprinklers. You are creating pollution and you want to clean it. That is not the answer. You have to prevent pollution at sources. That means the systemic changes that you have to bring in. And the systemic changes means lot of work within the government that may not show, but it's the real work, the real intent, the real political will.
So I saw changes in my son. We moved back from US when he was 5, and immediately he was not able to breathe. And for 10 years he was on nebulizer. He's 15 now. Now the fear of not being able to breathe is so much in his body that he doesn't go out to play. He doesn't want to run. He used to do skating. He doesn't want to do that, because the moment he does that, the pollution is so much that even though his body has become a little bit stronger than it was before, he still faces breathlessness. And I personally talked to his doctor, and I was like, the doctor said, ma'am, I cannot say this online like in an interview, but this is all because of pollution. And he said that now in the past 10-15 years, most of the kids who are coming to me, I'm giving them nebulizer, I'm giving them steroids. Really, sir, this problem is, I'm telling you, it's horrible.
My daughter was born in 10 years ago, and she was literally born into this pollution, and the angst and anguish that we all share just watching our children grow, breathing this toxic air, and honestly, like imagining what it's doing to their lungs, how it's setting them up for failure for the rest of their lives. Every day, if you're breathing such toxins from the day you're born, we all know that it's going to result in something drastic in later in life. So there's such denial from the government. There's no government health advisory. This is a chronic national medical emergency. What are we doing to a whole generation of kids? What does it set them up for? Just to be really, really sick adults who in turn will impact the economy. It will hamper our country that we all love so much. Like, we are really, the reason that it's easy to ignore is because it's not happening today. But we all know from personal experience that it is going to just, be like a bomb in the next 10 years if we don't act now. We should have been acting yesterday, but we definitely need to act now.
The reason there is pollution is because there are stakeholders who benefit from the pollution.
Yes, absolutely.
And to put it bluntly to you, they're more powerful than you are.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Money and
Now when
power.
you're talking political will, consequences of this power affect political will. I mean, if you have 500 to 1,000 commercial units who are polluting Delhi, they have political power, right? And the problem is that the average citizen is not organized at all. So he has no political power. You already have a choice in terms of dealing with air pollution that many people in India don't have. You can go to the doctor,
Yeah.
right? So there are many people who I meet who say, my kids,
Yes.
that's it, done. Pollution problem is the tip of the spear. I'm more than happy to help you because I think this is important. I mean, I also breathe the same air and it's terrible. And, my niece and nephew grew up in it. You can't escape, right? There's no way. I mean, you can be Mr. Adani. Well, Mr. Adani can probably sit in his house and do his little air purifier stuff. But you can be pretty much anybody and you're going to breathe the air eventually. So in a sense that everybody is affected by it. The poorest person who's living in Delhi and the richest person who's living in Delhi is affected.
The health costs for the poorest is far much higher.
Higher.
Absolutely.
There's a serious equity
For
issue.
Absolutely.
A rich guy can go get a lung transplant done, but for my domestic health, she's one time still using wood because she's like, gas itna mehenga, I can't cook 2 times on a clean fuel. So even a clean fuel is not available to the majority of Indians.
I will also request you that in the next couple of days, if we can, introduce some questions and
Yeah,
we could
that we can
consider asking the MPs to,
There
please.
can be a debate on air pollution.
MLS
which
too.
is, on the
MPs
parliament,
too.
because we never see it happening.
No, it will be the first time. It's never happened. So that is
Okay, so
itself a big
then,
thing.
there would a fair goal be that let us try and organize a debate on air pollution in Parliament? Would that be a fair goal?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Sir, it's a fight for the lives of the children, and not just children, but every citizen
Also
living in
senior
this country. Also elderlies, because the health is getting devastated at this point of time.
If you are seriously thinking about organizing people around it,
Yes.
then tell me how you're thinking about it. How you're thinking of scaling
we just had
up.
these protests, the last couple of protests at India Gate and one on India Gate and Jantar Mantar. But this is the biggest ever, and they were mostly mothers,
And how did you
teachers,
get them there?
doctors, because through
your
messaging,
network.
just messaging. And no organization, no name, nothing, only one mother and child poster that goes viral. This shows the emotion. There are people. Last protest that's happened and it became, very.
Why would they criticize
violent.
this?
I do
But because
understand.
there was detentions,
There was detentions,
of
That is something
regular
I should be
citizens
raised.
raising an
No
important
one protesting
point.
should be detained.
I'd like to add that it just not doesn't affect the lungs. It also affects the heart, it affects the gut system, and it is also a major cause of dementia as well. So even the senior population is going to be severely affected. So you will actually have a public health emergency if air pollution is not catered to.
Children's cognitive development. If these children are not going to be crippled, what are you talking about 10 trillion economy? Nothing will work in this country when the children will be crippled, struggling for life. This is where one bold politician will have to take this forward.